In this booklet, we have a graphic frame ready to start because it was created on B Parent. Over here, there's our graphic frame. So on page 1, what we can simply do is just click and drag a picture into this. So let's go to my folders here. And which one was I going to put it in there? Panda, I believe. So I'm going to click on Panda, click and drag, and then click. And it'll place right inside the graphic frame. Checking for size, I'm going to click here on it in the middle with the rubber hand in the center. We're going to go to Object to Fitting and make sure it's filling the frame proportionally. There we go. All right, there's one. Let's go to page 2. We're going to create a graphic frame. It's going to be 1. I'm going to click and drag, and we're going to check the width at the top. So what it came out to so far is a little bit too much, so we're going to go ahead and type this in, 1.75 by 1.75. Okay, so this graphic frame, didn't mean to do that, undo, grab the arrow, and we're going to go ahead and put text wrap on it. And I'm going to kind of pop it in where I want it to go, right in here, and align to the column guide. We're going to add a little more text wrap also. We'll go ahead and close this up, get a text wrap, and make sure this is unchecked and not locked and linked. Okay, so there we go. And we want to add a little bit more text wrap on the left-hand side. Okay, perfect. So let's go and do a place. So we'll go to File and Place. And what are we talking about right now? People depend on forests. Try this again. File, Place. Okay. Let's go to Forest again, and we'll go to Child. Okay. And in the middle, click on it. Object, Fitting, Fill Frame Proportionally. Okay, so that one works pretty good right there. Now, I want to make sure that we have room to put another picture in this area by influence funding. Okay, so I might take down, let's modify the style sheet just ever so slightly. We'll go to Styles. We'll go to the paragraph style, double click in it, and we'll make it just slightly smaller. Let's go to 10.6. Okay, now we've got some more spaces to put another photo. Before I do that though, I'm going to move this back where I want it to go. And you can see that my picture is going to be, moving or not moving with the copy that I want it to stay with. So we're going to go and put an anchor on this. This is aligned very nicely with forests. So I'm going to click on this little blue square, click and drag, and there's my cursor right here. I'm going to put an anchor point here. So if I modify my copy, this picture will always stay with this line and continue moving down or moving up with it as you edit your style sheets or add more photographs. So let's do this again. I'm going to copy and paste this one. And when I copy and pasted it, it's no longer an anchor. I'm going to stick it down here. And what photo do I want to put in here? Influence funding. Let's see. I don't remember. I think maybe I guess a small tree. We'll stick that in here. We can click and drag it in, or you can do the file place again as well. And making sure this fits properly, object, fitting, fill frame proportionally. And you can always move it left and right if you want to. I'm using my arrow keys after I selected the middle. Okay, one more. But again, make sure it's anchored, which it is not currently. Click and drag, anchor it with that line. Okay, next one's going to go in this area, making a new rectangle. It's going to be this width of the column and 2.5 inches. And if I get it right, there we go. There's 2.5 inches. As I can see up here, 4.5 by 2.5. First of all, we're going to go ahead and put a text wrap on it. Get rid of this here for a second. And we'll go ahead and do a Command D on this one. And put the logs in here. Logging. There we go. Click in the middle of it. Check the fitting again. Okay. There we go. Now, this element, if I go in here, I can pull it down or up again, however you want to. This item, I want to go below, there we go, below here. All right, we'll let this one sit here for a minute because we're going to do one more thing before I anchor it. We're going to add a caption. And I'm going to move out to the artboard area, click on the text tool, click and drag, and we're going to type in the caption here. Cutting, processing, processing, and moving trees to a location. There is more, but I'll just stop for time's sake here. Transport. Okay. This needs to have a style sheet on it as well. Let's see what it is currently. Okay, grab the paragraph style 1. I want to make this smaller, so we're going to go to, let's just modify it and then we'll make a style sheet for it. We'll go to 9 on 10, and I want to take the first line indent off and make sure it's just left align. I don't want to justify this. We'll left align it. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and make a style sheet, and this is going to be captions. Captions. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this needs a text wrap around it as well. It's going to be the same width as the picture and column. I'm going to move this down here and see what I've got here. Okay. We're going to do it just kind of like this. And we're going to do something a little bit different with this copy because I don't want to, I could do one of these and manually change the spacing between the photo and the caption, but we're going to align this vertically on the bottom. So with a text frame selected, we're going to go to, that's option, text frame options. Okay, text frame options. There it is, right there. Text frame options, Command B. And we're going to, well, this is again selected. Click on vertical justification, and we're going to go to bottom. If you want to go center, you could, do that as well. Maybe we'll do that instead. Click OK. I'm going to modify this just ever so slightly. Let me pull this down a little bit more to get some more spacing. Whoops, I kind of modified. There we go. All right, and there's our caption. Now I'm going to group the picture and the caption text frame, selecting both. So it was click and then shift click, and go to object and group way up here. And now I'm going to put the anchor on here. So I'm going to click and drag this to this area after more. And now again, it's anchored. So if and when, probably, we modify some style sheets again, it will remain in the same place that we just put it. So we got 4 pictures for each topic. So I'll come down here for a second. I'm going to go to fresh water. Click twice. There we go. There's my cursor, or you can click on the text tool. Then click here to get your cursor. Go to object. Where to go now? Object. Oh. It's type. Sorry. Type. Insert break character to page break. And then with fresh water, what we'll do, we'll open up our pages again. And since we're going to be on page 5, we're going to click on Parent B and drag that to page 5. And then automatically we're ready to start over with the second topic. Clicking and dragging and placing a picture here, and then moving down here to add 2, and then the third picture over here. You can copy and paste if you want. So you've got the text frame ready. Just make sure you put it in the proper place, add your photo, anchor it, and then move on to the next one. And continue so you have all 4 topics completed.